here we go.
Yeah.
Now
Halo,
I
good
can see. Oh, here we go.
morning, Miss Irin dan juga
Yes, I can see Irene here
Miss
as
Ani.
well. Good morning,
Please wait
Anaka.
for 5 minutes for the other to join, yeah, before we start.
Mm. Hmm. Yeah, it's always a little bit of a warm up. Yeah, so if anybody get any questions, like they can ask me anytime as well, even before, during, or after the presentation. I try to keep this in a very relaxed way.
Okay, so they can just raise their hand and then unmute
Yeah,
for
absolutely. I mean,
for question.
I try to monitor as well,
Mhm.
like the hands. But if Margarita as well, if you see, like any questions in the chat, or if like if someone hands up, please just stop me, and then I'm more than happy to address
Okay.
any questions.
Okay, Tila, I think we can start. And like I told you before, that this webinar is recorded. So we will
Sure.
share the recording to the registrant also. And
Mhm.
for the
Okay.
attendee, thank you for joining us on time today. We have Attila from HiTech in Sydney, Australia. He will give us the information about the program and then the tuition fee. And if you have any question, you can raise your hand and then we can unmute you, or you can submit your question in the chat or Q&A box. Okay, today we have Attila from HiTech and myself, Margareta from Yes Education, together with my colleague, Mas Farid. So if you have any question, please do not forget to submit them in the chat or Q&A box, or you can raise your hand. Okay, now Attila, the time is yours.
Wonderful. Yeah, thank you so much, Margarita, for the kind words, and welcome everyone. As Margarita introduced me, my name is Attila, and today I'm going to give a short presentation about HiTech Institute Australia. So welcome everyone. It's been a pleasure always to, even if it's face to face or it's an online presentation. For me, it's always a pleasure to promote the school, promote Australia, and it's always bring me back to the old times when myself was an international student as well. That's how is my career started, and it's bring me back to the time when first time I was thinking about do some study programs in Australia. And yes, I try to keep it in a very relaxed way. So we're going to go through with some presentations, some slideshows, which are going to be shared with you as well after the presentation. So that will be a good thing. And then if you have any questions or inquiries, if something not clear, as Margarita mentioned before as well, please just put it on the comment in the chat box or just raise your hand, and then I'm more than happy to address all the questions. So to start the presentation, I'm going to share the screen uh, with you, and I just would like to check, Margarita, if you can see the screen, the shared
Yes,
screen. Okay, so
yes,
hopefully
I can
everybody
see.
else can see the presentation as well. I try to be, as you can see as well, like I'm look a little bit different than all the other institutions. We try to stand out from the crowd, and as you can see as well, like as well as in our logo, we already have, the tree of knowledge, like connect with the education as well as with the technology, as you can see the networking one here. And then that's why as well, like uh, choosing, like a real tree as well to go through with our presentation slides. And also later on, there is an additional reason why we have a tree in this presentation. Okay, so introduction to High Tech Institute Australia. So as I mentioned before, like we are based in Sydney, reasonably new institutions. We recently get the approval from ASQA, and we're focusing on vocational courses. So as you can see as well, it's a vocational registered training provider. And then we really try to focus on, like give students a kind of industry relevant training. I have a very long history in education. I'm in this industry more than 20 years. So when decided to join high-tech institutes and then establish the whole school together with other investors. I was always keep in mind to put all the experience what myself and all the others had from from this industry. It's very important as well to share the information with everybody who listening today, is that all the investors um, uh, involved with the industries as well. So later on, as you can see, different courses, what we're offering. Some of my partners have a relevant qualification or industry experience or connection with the industry. Okay, so basically we have a mission here. As I mentioned before as well, like like our mission is to empower students to develop their skills and knowledge, earning qualifications that propel them towards their learning and career objectives. Um, Basically, when we talk about an Australian education and any institutions, it's very important that we're not just selling the education, or not selling, but not just promoting the education, but as well as we promoting Australia, and as we based in Sydney, New South Wales, we promoting Sydney as well. And if I can bring some personal experience for me as well. Like one of the major event what put the highlights on Sydney, that was the Sydney Olympic Games in 2000, and then that's made up my interest to come to study in Sydney, Australia. And then Sydney, I'm not sure, maybe some of them already has been in Sydney, but if not, that's a very, very multicultural city. What does it mean? Like the city welcomes, all kind of nationalities, all the religions, and like people from all walk of lives, and then we very nicely and very peacefully can manage to live here together. Also, city, it's a big city. I mean, depends. Like you can compare with some world cities in in other continents. Uh, Population wise, as they say, it's around 4 million people. I have to check the exact figures, but definitely it's not that huge. Some other massive cities like New York or London or any major cities in the world. What does it mean? It's more livable a place, and as they call it as well, Sydney is a city of villages, which means like it's a lot of Sydney. It's built up from a lot of small suburbs. And as you see here on this picture, like I just picked one. It's really hard uh, to show, like within a couple of slides, the lifestyle in Sydney. So I was thinking, like just pick one picture. This is one of the most and world famous Bondi Beach. As you can see as well, like a lot of people enjoying the sunshine and the beach life there. It's really crazy, but it's Sydney itself has well over 100 beaches. So this is only one of them, but I always saying, like if you come and study to Australia, it's pretty much doesn't matter which suburb you're going to live. I'm pretty sure, like if within a very reasonable distance, you will going to find some nice beach when you can relax and enjoy yourself. And the good things about the beach life, and then why it's very popular as well, because like you don't need anything else, just a tower, few dollars, to buy an ice cream or a drink, and then just hang around and enjoy the sun, enjoy the water, and enjoy the beach lifestyle. But that's one of the things. That's one of the most popular things about Sydney. But in the other hand, as well, it's a lot of other options, opportunities, activities. So there is a lot of options to do any sports. exercises related to your study. There's a lot of libraries, museums, art galleries, etc., etc. So I'm 100% sure you're going to be able to find some good activities outside the studies as well. Talking about our locations and facilities, uh, for me and for us at HiTech Institute, Australia, the location and the facilities are very, very important. So that's why we decided to choose a Sydney CBD location. So basically, we're situated in the heart of Sydney. Probably at the end of the presentation, I can pull up a map and then I can show you a little bit around, like if you're not familiar with Sydney. But as I mentioned, like we based on the heart of Sydney, 208 Clarence Street, which is right in the city center next to the Queen Victoria building or a city town hall, which also gives a very good location for any transportation, because obviously when you're students and when you're studying with us in Australia, it's very important, to easily can get to the campus. Also, we have later on, as you can see with the hospitality courses, we have a very modern and new training kitchen, which is technically 10 minutes walking distance from the campus, which is we are in a very unique and very grateful situation, because not always easy to find good training kitchen facilities in the CBD. So there are some pictures as well, just to have a little bit of idea about us. Like it's a small school. Like we try to focus on small class size and small. I mean, not small class size, but for us, it's very important to have a right student and teacher ratio. So normally we don't really want to put more than 20, maximum 25 students per class. There is several reasons for that, and the most important thing as well with our experience in the education sector and consulted with other trainers and teachers. These number of students and these size of classrooms are the ideal size when like the teacher can still communicate very clearly and easily with each individual students, as well as the students get the opportunity to have a more closed and more relaxed relation with the teachers. Comparing with the back the time when I went to university, sometimes in the auditorium we were sitting 300 students together in one big room, so absolutely no chance to have a proper conversation or communication with the professors. Here we try to keep a small familiar atmosphere, and also as our goal to give the students a career ready skills, hands-on training and practical education, and then in industry relevant courses. Small classrooms are part of this goal what we try to achieve. And you see as well, it's very, very modern facilities. Also, I just pick up a few pictures about our training kitchen. So as I mentioned earlier, the kitchen is not located at the campus, but as I'm going to show you later on the map, it's technically uh, 10, maximum 15 minutes walk. But like when I'm visiting the training kitchen, I'm walking a little bit faster than an average people. So last time I get there from door to door in 8 minutes. So I'm sure anybody else or the other students will be easily managed to reach our kitchen facilities in a very short time. And as you can see as well, these are just a few pictures that just pick like pictures about the facilities only, like we didn't want to disturb with students, because I believe these are the best way when you can clearly see like all the setups. Very important, it's literally brand new. These are brand new kitchen facilities purposely built for the education industry. But as you can see, all the equipments, all the burners, the baking things, every tool, everything is industry standard. So it's very important, as I mentioned before as well, to give you a practical education and industry relevant courses. So basically using these facilities give yourself or your students an opportunity to learn and practice exactly the same tools what you or your students going to use later on in the industry. And then when we talk about industry, this obviously, these pictures focusing on our training kitchen, which is related to our hospitality courses, where we have the certificate for in kitchen management and the diploma of hospitality management, but also the other training areas in the information technology and accounting. We also have industry consultations and industry partners. And as I mentioned earlier as well, like that was one of the major things from the school owners and other investors to give up to date knowledge for the students. So as our mission as well, we really want to give a student a qualification when they're graduating with us on Friday, and then they're going to be already ready to start and hit the job market on Monday morning. Okay, so a couple of words about the VET sector in Australia, or vocational education and training, because probably this system is slightly different from the Indonesian education system. So basically, here in Australia, there is a 10-level education system. So the student starts at high school, and then step by step they can go up via certificates, diplomas, advanced diplomas, bachelor degrees, master degrees, and then the top of the education level is the PhD or a doctorate level. And then the vocational education system, or the VET system, is really come very handy between the higher education program and the high school students. So this sector is really, as we mentioned here in this slide as well, it's a crucial in bridging the gap between education and the workforce. So what does it mean? And then I always try to emphasize, like the industry relevant and career ready and hands-on experience. So with us at HiTech Institutes, we're going to train you or your students to be job ready, to be able to start working and hit the workforce with the right knowledge. Uh, that's a new tendency within the Australian students, especially. I spend a lot of time with the vocational sector, and to my surprise, a lot of students who finishing a degree at leading Australian universities, they were seeking to get some practical knowledge, because at the universities it's really good to have a theoretical knowledge, um, but the really hands-on experience, it's a little bit of missing there. And then that was a tendency when students finish, universities, they wanted to come back and in the same field, they wanted to do some practical hands-on experience. So, for example, if someone graduated with a bachelor degree or a master degree of accounting, and then they wanted to come back to study in a lower level, they do a certificate 4 or certificate 3 in bookkeeping, where we can really teach them, like the real, actual day-to-day work experience. So this is a very important sector for not just Australia. I think generally it's going to be very yeah, important, like all across the globe, because seems to be many students want to go directly to the university, and then later on they just realize, like the job shortage, it's in some other levels and other sectors. Okay, so let's have a few words about the courses, what we're offering at HiTech Institute. So we really tried and wanted to focus on a small numbers of course areas. So we really wanted to be specialized in some areas instead of offering, like hundreds of courses like some of our competitor does, because we do believe if we focus on just a few areas, we can be more professional, and then we can connect you better with the industry. And because of that, we picked three major areas. So as you can see as well, like all the courses listed on the screen here. So one of the areas is definitely the accounting area, business and accounting. So within that, you can study with a certificate 4 in accounting and bookkeeping. Um and then continue into diploma of accounting. Actually, with these relations, to be able to go to the diploma, the student have to complete the certificate 4 first. So it's a kind of prerequisite. So the students cannot go directly to the diploma without having the certificate 4 or equivalent qualifications. I will show you later on as well a little bit more detail on the website. It's what would be the equivalent for the certificate 4. And then after completing the diploma of accounting, the students can, of course, continue into the advanced diploma of accounting course. The second area, what we are focusing and offering courses is the diploma, is the IT or information technology. And then within that course area, we're offering two courses. One of them, the diploma of information technology. There is no prerequisite. So basically with the basic entry requirement, students can go directly to the diploma course, and then they can continue into the advanced diploma of information technology. And the third area, as you have seen before as well when I was showing our training kitchen, is obviously the hospitality area, which is a very popular and very high demand area here in Australia. And I have to say this is one of the most popular areas as well among our students and agents. So within the hospitality area, we're offering the certificate 4 in kitchen management and a diploma of hospitality management. So a little bit, yeah. So basically, here the next couple of slides, just breaking down um, the individual courses. You can find all the information about the courses and the core and elective units on the website. What I'm going to show at the end of the presentation. But basically, the important thing to know as well, like the certificate for qualification in accounting and bookkeeping is a 1 year long course or 52 weeks. in duration. The Diploma of Accounting course is also a 1 year course of 52 weeks of duration, but as I mentioned, it's need to have some prerequisites. So basically, to be able to complete the diploma, probably altogether, it's going to take you 2 years qualification. And the Advanced Diploma of Accounting is 78 weeks, which is a 1.5 year long program. The other areas we mentioned, as I mentioned before, is the information technology or the IT programs. These programs are slightly longer than the accounting program was. So the Diploma of Information Technology program is a 78 weeks program, which is a 1.5 year long program. And the Advanced Diploma of Information Technology program, it's also a 1.5 year program. And the good news as well, like we can package this course together. So if the students would like to get the advanced diploma qualification combined with the diploma, we can offer a 3 year long course. It's very important to know, just to mention here as well, because all of our courses, all the programs are nationally recognized. So what does it mean? Like when you finish the program with us, and then you were awarded with the diploma or an advanced diploma programs, it means all the other institutions in Australia have to consider uh, the units what you have completed. So what I mean is, like if your goal, like when you finish the program with us and you have a diploma or advanced diploma, but you're still interested in to continue your program, your studies to a higher education level. So you want to go to universities or higher education providers, that most likely depends on the universities. They're going to give you a credit for the diploma or the advanced diploma what you completed with us. It's same with all the other programs, same, like for the accounting, or same with the hospitality programs as well. So all the certificates and all the diplomas what you're going to get from high-tech institutes carry on a possibility to have a credit towards any higher education programs. We at the moment seeking some partnerships with some leading Australian universities, but as long as we not sign the actual contract, I cannot talk about this, but hopefully very soon I can introduce some of our partners in the industry. And also we're working very closely with a lot of schools who providing English courses for the students, like ELICOS providers. As the entry requirements with the new regulations, it's introducing a new IELTS entry level. So all those schools as well, we finalizing partnership programs with one of the best English schools in Sydney, Australia. So they very soon going to be promoted and listed on our website. So here, back to the programs. We're focusing on two hospitality-related programs. One of them is the Certificate 4 in Kitchen Management. That program is a 78 weeks long program, which is a 1.5 year program, and the Diploma of Hospitality Management, which is a 2 year long program. So as I mentioned as well, like the Cert 4 is definitely give you a qualification to become, like a chef in an industry. And then if you want to have more management skills, you would be able to continue towards to the Diploma of Hospitality Management. And as I said as well, like it's if you want to package these courses together, then you would be able to apply for a very long visa if that's the goal. And as I mentioned as well, definitely you would be able to get some credits. And here, let's have a quick look on our free fee structures, course fees. I have to say I didn't put this in this presentation because most of you, I believe, join this webinar from overseas, and I believe, to be able to send students to the 2024 November or December intake, it would be very short because of the visa application time. So that's why I just put up here to the course fees for next year, 2025. So these are the official price list, but obviously we thinking to come up with a special offer. We are under discussion about this, but definitely we'll let Yes Education know when we finalize a special offer for next year. Probably most of you know there is a recently changes, and it's a major changes going on in Australia, in the Australian international education sector. Most of the, not most, sorry, pretty much all of the institutions get a little bit of restrictions on the number of students what they will be able to enroll uh, to next year. And because of that, I'm sure it's going to be a very significant price increase. So probably you will see as well, not just with HiTech Institute, but some other schools as well. You might see a little bit of higher fees than you expected. So here, as you can see as well, don't wanna talk too much. It's talk about itself. As Margarita mentioned in the beginning as well, this slide and including this fees structure will be shared with you as well. But as I said, I'm pretty sure we will be able to come up with some scholarship program or a special promotion towards Yes Education and all the sub-agents. What I would like to point out here as well is um, the material fee. So basically, what we try to come up and help to the students is we break down the material fees per term. So whatever figures you can see here as well is reflecting for every 3 months. So for example, if your students would like to study a certificate for in accounting, then to be able to start the application, we require a $250 enrollment fee. Only the first 3 months material fee, which is only $60, and then try to help towards the students. We require, like first installments per 3 months instead of 6 months or 1 year payments. We just inquire, the students to make the first 3 months payments, and then we can summon this into our letter of offer, basically the agreement between the school and the students. So if it's more convenient for the students, then they can make the payment in every 3 months. So I believe it's going to be a huge help for the students, and especially with maybe the material fees as well. Because I can see, like a lot of our competitors and other institutions in school in the industry, they charging upfront lump sum fees on the material fee, and then we decided to try to make it much easier and more attractive for your students. Also, we are flexible and open to discuss other individual payment plans for the students as well. Um, it all depends on the student circumstances. Some students, prefer, like pay, like more money upfront. They want to pay in every 6 months, etc. So basically, when you have an individual case, please let us know, and then we can figure it out. You know, payment installment plan for the individual students. Okay, I haven't seen any reactions on the chat box or any hands up yet. So if no questions yet, then I think I'm just slowly continue. Margarita, can you see any comments or questions?
I don't see any question for now.
Okay, no problem at all. Then let's move on and then see. So as I said as well, the free is going to be shared with all of you, and I'm pretty sure we're going to come up with some special offer for your students or for yes education. Okay. Let's see. So a little bit, like just, because as we are on the vocational level as well, sometimes, it's not very clear for the students, like how the assessment process is handled or organized. So the good news here as well, it's when the students study with us at HiTech Institutes, the assessment process is very simple. As the students can be competent or non-competent based on the performance, like with the practical task or the theoretical knowledge. So what we try to say here as well, like there is no marking system. I'm not really familiar with the Indonesian education system, but I believe probably, like students in high schools on universities, they're going to get marks or different levels with the assessment. But here at high tech and the vocational level, the student have to be competent or not competent. And of course, the students get opportunities, to pass the exam or the assessment, like if it's become non-competent, like for the first or second attempt. And as you see here as well, like it's based on the practical task and the theoretical knowledge. So it's a combination of two. So I cannot say enough. For us is really important, to get the students proper training, and then when they finishing with us and then receive the certifications from us, it's not going to be just a piece of paper, but that certificates or diploma or advanced diploma, it's going to be represent real skills as well. Okay, so this is, I believe, it's a very good news, for the students when they pass, like they're not going to be marked on different level. And as I mentioned before as well, successful students will receive a certification or a diploma or advanced diploma. Okay. The other very important things for us as well to support the students. We really understand, and as I mentioned, I don't want to be always put myself as an example, but I do remember when I left my home country and come to Australia. It's definitely a lot of things what I had to face, and was really important. For me as well to find some support, like if I need it. And this support and welfare, what we give to the student at HiTech Institute is not only focusing on the study area. Also, we have an open door policy. So if the students get any issues or any problems, we and our staff members always there to help them and to support them. And if we have a very strictly uh, um, written policy about the support and the welfare, and then if we cannot solve or cannot give the support, like internally, definitely we have the facilities and the staff and the knowledge to refer to the students to the right support, to the right people. And as I said, as well, it's not just about the education, so any other support and help the student need, they can come and talk to us all the time. This as well, like it's pretty much I touch on this slide previously as well. So we can going to give a one-on-one support. So we can offer a personalized support from the trainer or assessors. So if the student's struggling, so or he or she got any issues or any problems, definitely we can take it to the next level, and our trainer and assessor would be able to organize a one-on-one support on help. And as I said as well, we can address both academic and personal challenges as well. So this is really, really important, and I really would like to let everybody knows, like if the student parents or relatives or anybody, like have any concern, you can tell them they're absolutely safe and very good hands with us at HiTech Institute. Okay, and then a little bit about the cultural diversity, as I briefly mentioned at the beginning as well. Like Sydney itself is a multicultural city, and Australia as well. Like it's people basically migrated from all corner of the globe, and then this cultural diversity is not just in the city, but as well as within the school as well, within high-tech institutes. So for us as the staff members at high-tech, it's very important to have a very good nationality mix. So definitely when your students coming from Indonesia, they're going to join the classrooms and the practical in places and the industry experience with a lot of different nationalities from other countries, other cultures, etc. So that's going to give them a very good opportunity to meet with different people, different cultures, etc. And also, I touched on this as well at the beginning about the transportation and accessibility. So, because of our locations, or by the chance that we did, this is the Queen Victoria building. So our school is just right behind this building. I just realized, like I picked the right picture for this. So it's a very good public transport system, because obviously it's for us as well very important, whenever the students leave or work or want to go after or before school, to be easy to access and approach and get to or from to the school. So basically around our college, we have a town hall station, which is a major central point for a lot of buses. It's a proper bus station. As you can see on the picture, we have a tram system. Also, we have just very recently introduced brand new metro system. Also, we have trains, buses. Yeah, it's called, yeah, it's a tram or a light rail. And also very interesting, we have a very wide and big ferry networks, like boats. So many students using ferries to get to school or work or etc. And especially in the harbor in Sydney, some of the ferries just pass directly to Sydney Opera House. So it's every day, like you would be able to enjoy all these landmarks and so forth. So the transportation and the public transport system around our school is absolutely fantastic. Okay, and here we go. It's a little bit of fun part. What I wanted to mention, and also it takes us a little bit to a different differentiation from our other schools. And I do believe we are the very first institutes in Australia come up with this program. So as we value our students, we also value our planet. And for our policy, we come up with a plan, which means we're going to plant a tree after every single student who are enrolling with us. we're very excited about this program. It's called the Echo Matcher. Not sure if you guys heard about it. I tried to bring up some slides about the website. Like what they offering. And let's see if I can bring across here. Here we go. And then just show a little bit of think about that. So basically, every student who enrolling with us with the student card, they're going to get planned. Like that's based on the school. So we going to plant a tree for the students, and the students will be able to, like via these applications, we're going to find, like there are some fun facts about the trees. The students can name the tree, see, like how the tree is going, etc., etc. And then there is actual locations as well. And I believe with Ecomecher, there are some locations in all around the world as well. So we probably the goal will be, like might give the opportunity to the student to choose, locations, as you can see as well, like if your students come from Indonesia and then you want to support, like the Indonesian forestation, then the student can pick, like this organization in Indonesia, and then a tree is going to be planted for them. So very excited about this project. My original idea was to come up with a high-tech forest. That's what I wanted to do, like buy a land somewhere in Australia, and then like when we have a few hundred students, it could have been a few hundred trees together. But then when we discovered this company, we were very happy to start, to this kind of project, and very excited to go ahead with this program. So whoever enroll with us, they're going to get a plant planted as well. So definitely, we are really excited about this. And I think that's come to the end of the program. So I try to bring it back. So as you can see as well, like that was the reason, like why I try to pull up and then put all the presentation around this beautiful plan. So I think what I'm going to do now is just try to come back to the presentation here, stop my sharing, and let me know if you can see me again.
Yeah,
And
we can see
it,
you.
it is now time for some Q&As, questions and answers, if you want. Also, like all the major information is, of course, it's available on our website, hitech.edu.au. And I'm always more than happy to answer any questions, like via my email, phone calls, WhatsApp, or the channels, or the communication channels what we're using. Obviously, because we have a very close partnership with Yes Education, I prefer, like to channeling all the questions, inquiries, and everything via Yes Education. But again, like if you want to reach me individually, there is an option as well with different medias. Okay, Margarita.
Okay. Thank you, Attila, for the explanation. It's very throughout regarding the information for HiTech Institute, the program, the fee, and also the living in Sydney, the location. Okay, now we can go to the Q&A session. So all the attendees, if you have any question, you can raise your hand or you can submit it in a chat or Q&A box. If you have difficulty in submitting in English, in Indonesia is okay. I will assist you to translate it to English. So if you have any question, please.
Yeah. And also, like sometimes, if you don't, you don't think you can put the question in right now, I'm more than happy to answer this question later on as well via email or any other channels. So no problem at all. But I'm ready here. Please ask any questions. I'm always like when I'm in an audience, I never ask any questions as well. I'm always thinking, oh, maybe the others asking. I'm used to be, but now I started to come up with some questions. You can ask anything. It's a very special day today. Like talk about the Australian
Mhm.
culture and everything. Is Today is a Melbourne Cup, a very famous horse racing happening in Melbourne. And basically, this horse race stopped the nation. Like right now, I think from 3 or 3:30, that's going to be the major race when almost every single Australian, either in live or on the television or online, watching the horses and then betting and like try to soak up with this atmosphere.
Okay. Okay, if
Yeah.
you have any
Okay. Thank
question,
you.
just submit it or you can raise your hand. And as Attila said, if you have the question after this session, please do not hesitate to contact Yes Education team member. We will send your inquiry to Attila. Or if you have a student interested, but you are unable to give proper explanation about high tech, also, we are open to receive your inquiry and we will send it to Attila to arrange where we can do the online consultation.
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah. Thanks very much, Margarita, to bring this up. Yeah, absolutely. I'm more than happy to do, as I mentioned in the slide as well. Like we have one-on-one support. So that's of course, like even with the students, just with the inquiry phase, I'm more than happy to do any short presentations or anything, whatever the student needs.
Okay. Maybe
Mhm.
while waiting for them to ask their question, I
Sure.
want to know if high-tech accept for under 18 students, since Indonesian students usually they graduate the high school, they're still 17, bordering to 18, but still not
Yes.
18
Yes.
yet.
Yeah, it's a very good question, and actually, I should have covered this in the presentation, but we decided not to accept underage students. So for us, the entry requirement it's the student have to be at least 18 years old
Mm.
or older. We could accept the student if the student needs some English support. We're working together with some English schools. So probably, like the students start the English course in a younger age. But
Mhm.
once the students, like about to start our course, he or she has to be 18 years old or older.
I see.
It could change in the future. At the moment, we decided to choose this way. But let's see what the future brings. But at the moment, it's 18 years or over.
Okay, so if the student have difficulty in English requirement, so we can arrange them to have like early course first before they join the high-tech program. Can
Correct.
it be
Correct.
in package in the COE or it will be separate?
It depends. At the moment, as I said, like we're working on the pathway agreements. So
Mhm.
again, I'm pretty sure Yes Education already have agreement with all the schools who we're talking with. So when the pathway agreement is signed and on place, definitely we can package the COEs with those institutions.
Okay. We still don't have any question. I think your presentation is very detailed, so
I
already
believe so.
cover what they want to
I'm
ask.
always saying that like if it's no question, I did a great job. because everybody knows everything. I don't have to explain, and my explanation was good.
Yeah.
So I'm very, very happy with that. But I understand, like these questions is always, most of the time it's coming up, like when you have an individual case, when you have a
Mhm.
students and then they come up with the questions. So regarding the entry requirements is all listed on our website as well. So if
Mhm.
you go to the website, you can see every individual course, individual entry requirements. It's all listed there. Also, you can see all the individual units, the core units, the elective units, and all the additional information what you need to know about the course.
Okay. Now, since we don't have any questions, so
Mhm.
maybe we can wrap this up. And it's already 1 hour.
Oh, exactly
Okay.
what I just said. Exactly one
Wow.
hour. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's again part of this perfect presentation.
Yeah.
Exactly one
So,
hour. So definitely,
yeah.
yeah. Thank
Mhm.
thank you so much from behalf of HiTech Institute Australia. Thanks for everyone who spent this hour with me. And as I said as well, the journey is not finished here. It's actually just starting. So please feel free to reach out to any Yes Education staff member in Indonesia or contact me directly. And I do hope, like we can welcome a lot of international students from Indonesia at HiTech next year. So terima kasih. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Attila, for the presentation and your time. And thank you also for our attendees for your time to join our webinar today. As I mentioned before, that this webinar training is recorded. So I will share the recorded link with you together with the presentation slides. If you have any question later or any inquiry from your student later, please do not hesitate to contact me or Mas Farid or Mas Franklin. And if you have any student need arrangements to have online consultation, we are also open to do that. Okay. Now, thank you all and see you on our next webinar session.
Thank you so
Bye-bye.
much. All the very best for everyone. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.